Now, I may have told some of you this story, but on one of my long hiatuses from church, where I wasn't attending, Good Shepherd and Webster wanted to build their membership, so they do what most churches do, is they look through the membership rolls and see who hasn't been showing up in a long time. That would be me. My name was on the list. And I can remember coming home from work, and I lived in Webster in a house with big picture windows in the living room and the dining room, and I had a couple of little not well-behaved boys, and I was kind of herding them into the kitchen at the time. And I turned around because I thought I heard footsteps, and I turned around, I looked out. On the walk coming up to the house was Sharon Carl in her collar. Now, she was the priest here for 15 years, so I tried to hide. Oh, I can't believe she's coming to my door and she didn't call ahead, and I know what she's here for. She wants to get me back to church. She saw me, right up to the door. I had to go answer the door. And she walks into the house. She goes, "We miss you at church. You should come back." I said, "Oh, I can't. I got these 3 ill-behaved children," thinking that would do it. Who wants kids that are badly behaved in your worship? She goes, "Oh, we don't care. Bring them along. We'll do a zone defense." And she kind of kept after me. And that was the last hiatus I took from church. And the week before I got ordained, I sought her out and I thanked her, because there's no way I would have opened my heart to the yearnings of the Spirit, the direction the Spirit was sending me, had she not gotten me back to church. Who would have thought that I would end up here? I'm glad you didn't laugh at that one. How amazing is that when we open ourselves up to the Spirit? And when I came here, the church was empty during the week because the daycare had closed. And so we all started praying and opening ourselves up to the Spirit and saying, what does the Spirit have planned for us? What kind of ministry can we do here? The building was gorgeous, is gorgeous. And the Spirit moved, and it started bringing people here. The phone started ringing in the office, and people started asking if they could use the building. How does that happen? It's the power of the Holy Spirit. Say Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Okay, we're going to channel some Baptists today, okay? So when I do this, you say Holy Spirit, all right? So why did people start calling the office? It was the power of the
Holy Spirit.
That's right. And they started to come, and then we started to get people wanting to use the building, but we didn't really have a lawyer in the church, and I'm thinking, wow, we need the gifts of a lawyer in the church. This is pre-Paul. And so I started to pray for a lawyer. And what did God do? God sent us Peter Harder, a priest and a lawyer, a twofer. Came because of the power of the Holy Spirit. That's right. And he helped us develop the agreements, and then Prelude started using the parish hall, and pretty soon we're staring at another deficit budget, although the deficit is going down, but we're staring at another deficit budget, and we're wondering, how do we keep a full-time priest? And doesn't Prelude call up and say, can we be there Monday through Friday and do this adult structured day program and pay you $1,200 a month? Like, well, yeah, okay, that works. Through the power of the
Holy Spirit.
Yeah, and all of a sudden our deficit goes down, and then we get these wonderful gifted people on the finance committee, and things start to happen. And now our deficit is, we think this year, instead of being $16,000, will probably be between 6 and 10. It's like, how does that happen? You know, we want a memorial garden. We begin to plan the memorial garden. We think about it. The death of Jimi Hendrix probably pushed us over the edge to get that going, and it's taken a number of years, but it's the most beautiful thing you could possibly imagine. And how did that happen? Through the power of the
Holy Spirit.
That's right. The Holy Spirit is alive and present and energizing this congregation to do God's work in the world. And every time we need new gifts, people show up. I mean, we have Paul, who's trimming trees and opening up the church, and Kathy, who's been our treasurer after 12 years of hard labor by Scott. You know, the Holy Spirit sends us people who have gifts that we need at the time that we need them. And God bless all of those who have been here from the beginning, maintaining this place and keeping this place open for people to come in, to feel connected to God. The Holy Spirit is energy. It energizes, it walks with us, it stays with us, it comforts us, and it also makes us uncomfortable. Because sometimes we have to be uncomfortable to do the things we know we need to do. The Holy Spirit stands with the person who's deathly afraid of public speaking, but will get up and talk about something near and dear to their heart. The Holy Spirit inspires. It helps with gifts to keep us going. This church is responsive. It's filled with the Holy Spirit. We have places to go that we have no idea what they're going to be. That's the most amazing thing. We think we have plans for the church, and the Holy Spirit's out there laughing, because who would have thought that we'd be here with what we have right now? So we move ahead, opening our hearts to the call of the Holy Spirit. Because when we align with the Holy Spirit, when it is of God, everything comes together. And it happens.